I took a night shift security job, but something isn't adding up. A few weeks ago, I started working as a night shift security guard for an old office building downtown. The place is mostly empty at night, just a few cleaning staff and the occasional late working executive. The job seemed easy: check the cameras, do an hourly patrol of the building, and make sure everything stays locked up. At first, the hardest part was staying awake. I'd sip coffee at my desk and glance at the cameras, which usually showed nothing but empty hallways. The building was quiet, almost too quiet. The kind of silence that makes you notice every little sound. It was on my third night when I saw something strange. Around 3 a.m., the motion sensor in the west stairwell went off. The camera feed showed nothing, just an empty staircase. I figured it was a glitch. Sensors in older buildings can be finicky. But when I went to check it out, I found the stairwell door open. I was sure I'd locked it earlier during my rounds. I shrugged it off and locked the door again. Maybe one of the cleaning staff had used it and forgotten to close it. But when I asked the cleaners about it, they swore they hadn't gone near that stairwell. The following night, it happened again. Same time, same stairwell. This time, I didn't bother checking it out. I just locked the door remotely and made a note in my report. On my fifth night, things got weirder. I was reviewing the camera footage from earlier in the evening when I noticed something odd. At 2:47 a.m., the west stairwell camera showed the door slowly creaking open. No one was there. The hallway was empty. But as the door swung wide, the lights in the stairwell flickered, just once. I rewound the footage and watched it again, and that's when I noticed it. Just before the lights flickered, a shadow passed across the bottom of the stairs. It was quick, like someone had darted just out of view of the camera. That was the first time I felt uneasy. The next night, I decided to do my rounds early, hoping to get ahead of whatever was going on. I started with the west stairwell, checking every door and corner. Everything was locked, exactly as it should be. But when I got to the bottom of the stairs, I noticed something on the wall: scratches. Long, deep marks running down the paint, as if someone had dragged their fingernails across it. I reported the scratches to my supervisor the next morning, but he just laughed. "It's an old building," he said. "These things happen." Last night was my breaking point. Around 3:15 a.m., I heard a noise, not through the cameras, but with my own ears. A low, rhythmic tapping, like someone knocking on a door. It was faint at first, but it grew louder, coming from the direction of the west stairwell. I hesitated, my heart racing, then grabbed my flashlight and headed toward the noise. When I reached the stairwell, the tapping stopped. The door was open again, swinging gently on its hinges. The air in the stairwell was freezing, much colder than the rest of the building. I stepped inside, shining my flashlight down the stairs. That's when I heard it, a whisper. Faint, almost inaudible, coming from the bottom of the stairs. I couldn't make out the words, but the tone was pleading, desperate. I froze, listening, and then the whisper stopped. The silence that followed was worse. I turned and left the stairwell, locking the door behind me. I didn't finish my rounds that night. Instead, I sat at the security desk, staring at the monitors, waiting for my shift to end. I called out sick today. I'm not sure if I'm going back.